Imagine a quiet village, cobblestone streets, children laughing, then boots, gunfire, screams silenced before dawn. This was Lidice, June 10th, 1942, the day Nazis decided to erase not just people, but memory itself. All because of a lie. A single false claim tied this innocent town to Reinhard Heydrich's assassination. No evidence, no mercy, just Hitler's order. Kill every man. Deport every woman. Take the children and make them German. By sunset, 173 men were dead. Families torn apart. Even the graves were dug up. But here's what the Nazis didn't expect. The world was watching. And Lidice? It became a rallying cry against tyranny. This is how a village became a symbol. One lie. That's all it took to condemn an entire village. The Nazis had a problem. Reinhard Heydrich was dead, and Hitler demanded vengeance. So when traitor Karel Kurta whispered, the killers hid in Lidice, they didn't ask for proof. They didn't need any. Because Lidice wasn't chosen, it was sacrificed. A message carved in blood to every occupied nation. Resistance is death. At 3 a.m., the trucks rolled in. No questions. No mercy. Just cold, mechanical slaughter. The men were marched to a barn. The women torn from their children. Even the Nazis' own cameras recorded it. As if cruelty this calculated should be remembered. But in their haste to erase Lidice, they made one fatal mistake. They forgot the world was watching. Asterisk. June 10th, 1942. 3 a.m. Under a moonless sky, Nazi trucks rolled into the quiet Czech village of Lidice. Doors were kicked in, families dragged into the square. No explanations, no mercy. The orders came directly from Hitler himself. Erase this town from the earth. Why? Because of a single lie. A traitor named Karel Kurta had whispered to the Gestapo, Heydrich's killers hid here. No evidence, no trial, just the Nazi machine's hunger for blood. By dawn, every man in Lidice, 173 fathers, sons, grandfathers, stood lined up against a barn wall. The gunshots would echo for hours, but the horror was just beginning. Asterisk. As the smoke cleared over Lidice, the Nazis weren't finished. Not even close. 82 children were ripped from their mother's arms that day. The youngest? Just 1 year old. They were loaded onto trucks like cargo, while SS doctors waited with clipboards. What happened next would haunt history. The children were subjected to racial examinations. Blue eyes, blonde hair. You might become German, given to Nazi families. Your name erased forever. Too Slavic looking? A one-way ticket to Chelmno extermination camp. Only 17 would ever see their homeland again. Meanwhile, the women of Lidice faced their own hell at Ravensbrück concentration camp. Starved, beaten, forced to sew SS uniforms while their children vanished into the Nazi machine. But in their darkest hour, something extraordinary happened. Asterisk. The Nazis thought Lidice would be forgotten. They were wrong. Within weeks, the story exploded worldwide. British PM Winston Churchill called it a crime that stains the whole of humanity. American newspapers ran front-page headlines. Who will avenge Lidice? And then, something miraculous happened. From Brazil to Illinois, towns renamed themselves Lidice in defiance. Miners in Wales pledged to work a day for Lidice. Even Hollywood stars like Humphrey Bogart fundraised for survivors. Meanwhile, in Ravensbrück camp, the women of Lidice made a secret vow, embroidering their names on scraps of cloth. Proof they existed, proof they'd return. And when the war ended, those who survived marched home to find only ruins. But they rebuilt, brick by brick, rows by rows, until Lidice rose from the ashes, not as Hitler's warning, but as democracy's defiant symbol. Asterisk. Today, Lidice's roses still bloom, on the same soil where Nazis planted hate, and every petal whispers, "We remember."